Well, as we approach the end of 2020, finally, we are counting down the top 5 most watched video devos of 2020. All of these were watched between 3,000 and 5,000 times. And of course, 2020 was the year not only of COVID, but also for our area of the devastating fires. And in this video devo, I'm reporting from our evacuation center that we set up in our church parking lot for 3 weeks, just as we were receiving news of the terrible devastation at Camp Hammer. When I recorded this, we were not yet allowed up to camp. We couldn't yet see the devastation there. And as it turned out, it was much worse than we had feared. It now looks like it'll be years before we're able to rebuild Camp Hammer. Honestly, it'll be months before we're even able to determine whether we can rebuild. Nevertheless, the scriptural truth in this devo about God's power holds true. So here is the 4th most watched video devo of 2020. I just wanted to update you guys on a couple of things. I'm coming to you from the RV village that has sprung up in the parking lot here at Twin Lakes Church. We've created this as a place for people with campers, cars, RVs to come and shelter if they've been evacuated. And you can see these rows of RVs all throughout our parking lot. Now, it's starting to fill up, so I wouldn't recommend that many more people come here. Cabrillo College in the lot next door does also have some space available, but we're delighted to be helping people in lots of wonderful local restaurants like the West End Gastro Pub and Crate Place, and Gordo's and others are helping to provide food for lunch and breakfast and dinner here, so we're so grateful to be doing that. Lots of great ministry happening here. I was able to baptize somebody yesterday, so that's very exciting. I wanted to update you about a couple of things. First of all, we were able to see our first pictures of Camp Hammer, and while it looks like most of the larger structures have been completely destroyed, there's a couple of good things. Number one, some of the structures somehow escaped destruction. Some of the cabins look completely untouched. Also, I wanted to thank you for what you did when I put out a call for help with Second Harvest Food Bank. It was amazing. You guys showed up. The food distribution yesterday at the fairgrounds from 9 a.m. to 1 went great, and Second Harvest wanted me to pass along to you how grateful they are for all of your help and support. Now, I wanted to leave you with a verse. In my church newsletter yesterday, I mentioned Isaiah 61, although I think I misquoted it as Isaiah 63, but it's really Isaiah 61. And I want you to focus on verse 3, which talks about God. He says, I will bestow a crown of beauty for ashes. In other words, God is going to replace ashes, the ashes falling from our sky right now, with His beauty. Isn't that a wonderful promise? That promise was first spoken to captives from the burned down city of Jerusalem, who were being taken captive to Babylon in the late 500s BC. And yet those words are as relevant for us today as they were then. God promises, because He's the God of resurrection, that He will give us a crown of beauty for ashes. That's going to happen here in Santa Cruz County. That's going to happen at Camp Hammer. And most importantly, it's going to happen in our spirits. As we help one another through this, we're going to grow into Christ-likeness, and beauty will blossom in our souls instead of the ashes of despair. Let that encourage you. Hope you can join us this weekend for our live stream services. God bless you guys. We will see you next time.